Good morning, friends. It is time for our morning meeting, so get your carpet square or circle and take a seat and we will get started. Alright, first up is the weather. What's the weather like today? Like today, like today. What's the weather like today? Today is... What is it? Go look out your window and tell us what it looks like. And then you can put your weather on to your weather calendar that you have. And if you're all out of pieces, then you can draw a sun or a cloud or partly cloudy or wind or whatever it is today. You can draw it on your paper. And then after you've done the weather, it is time to do your calendar. So go ahead and find the calendar link. Your parents will help you find it in their email, and you can do your calendar homework for the day too. Alright, and today, or this week, is Bakery Week. So yesterday you got to watch Miss Ryan do some fun baking, and you maybe even got to try it for yourself. It's okay if you didn't, but we are giving you guys the recipes in case you want to try it. Today with me, you'll be watching a video of me making some scones. And you don't have to try it if you don't want to, because it's not as simple, but you can try it if you want. Otherwise, you just have a really fun video to watch of me making some lemon blueberry scones. And also, before we watch the video, we are going to talk about measurement, because measurement is a really big part of baking. Did you know that when you bake, you actually measure things? Yeah. So most of you probably remember we did a lot of measuring in the classroom. We used inch cubes and rulers, and we measured all sorts of things to see how tall they were, how wide they were, and we talked about things that were taller than us and things that were shorter than us. But we actually use a different kind of measurement in baking. Instead of measuring how tall something is, we measure how much it holds. So this measures how much liquid can be held. So if you need water for what you're baking, or milk, or oil, or anything that's a liquid, you measure it in here. And it has all these numbers, which are kind of hard to see on here, and they say how much it's holding. So right here, it tells us that it's holding half a cup when it meets that line. If it goes all the way up to this line, then it's holding 1 cup. And if it goes all the way up to this line, then it's holding 2 cups. And that's a way to measure liquid. You can also measure things using much smaller measurements like these. These are also measurements. And these are a teaspoon. This is a teaspoon. This is a half a teaspoon. And this is a quarter of a teaspoon. All that means is that these are smaller than the teaspoon. This is 1 teaspoon. And that's how you can measure things. And then another way to measure are these. Have you seen stuff like this in your kitchen before? Yeah, you've probably seen it before. They might not look like this, but they measure things. So this is the 1 cup measure. So when you're baking, you might use 1 cup of flour or 1 cup of sugar. So you would measure it using this, because on here it says 1 cup. So just like we can measure things that are tall, we use inches to measure them. I think you guys remember us talking about inches. We can use inches to measure how tall or how wide something is, and then we can use these types of measurements for baking, and they tell us how much it holds. So it can hold 1 cup or 2 cups or a teaspoon, and those are how we talk about measurements when you're baking. So that was a short little math lesson for us too. Now we are going to switch over to the video of me making scones. So in this bowl, I've added 2 cups of flour, 6 tablespoons of sugar, baking powder, salt, and mixed it all up. Next, I'm actually zesting a lemon, which means I am grating it until the peel is nice and ground up, and that will give our scones a lemon taste. Next, I'm adding half a cup of heavy cream, which is kind of like milk, and then a large egg and 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. And then I'm adding that and some frozen grated butter into a bowl and mixing it all up. Okay, now it's time to add the blueberries. Now I'm mixing it up until it makes a dough. Now that it makes a dough, I'm going to put it onto the counter and flatten it out. Once it's in a circle, I'm going to use a pizza slicer to cut it into triangles and then put it on the baking tray. Now I'm using a mixture of sugar and heavy cream to brush on top of the scones. Now they are going into the oven for 15 minutes. And then now they're done. Yum. And the last step is just to put some icing on the top, and then you are ready to eat them. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Those scones turned out really, really yummy. So if you do get to try them, let me know how it goes. They're really fun. Okay, and our letter this week is letter X. Good job. Letter X. Can you make a letter X with your hands and your fingers? Can you try it? How do you make letter X? You can make an X like this. Or you can make an X like this. You can make letter X using your hands and your arms. Who can tell me what sound letter X makes? X, X, X. It's kind of a tricky sound, huh? See if you can try it. X, X, X. Good job. That's it. See if you can hear the X sound in these words. Box. Did you hear it? I heard it too. Fox. Yep, you heard it. Good job. See if you can think of some words that rhyme with box or fox or any word that has an X in it. See what words you can think of. Your poem, and I will have it up on the screen so you can look at it too. And it is letter X, and we're just going to read it for now. You put the X in, you take the X out, you put the X in, and you mix it all about. You find a little fox, and you put it in a box. That's what it's all about. X. Alright, we're going to read it one more time. You put the X in, you take the X out, you put the X in, and you mix it all about. You find a little fox and you put it in a box. That's what it's all about. X. So we're going to sing it now, and it's to the tune of Hokey Pokey. So if you know Hokey Pokey, then you already know the tune of the song. And here it goes. It's kind of hard to do it without doing motion. You put the X in, you take the X out, you put the X in, and you mix it all about. You find a little fox and you put it in a box. That's what it's all about. X. Alright, we'll do it one more time. Are you ready? You put the X in, you take the X out, you put the X in, and you mix it all about. You find a little fox and you put it in a box. That's what it's all about. X. See, there's some more words that have X in it. Fox and box and mix. Those all have the letter X in them. Good job, friends. Keep practicing it. Our fruit of the spirit for this month is, who remembers? Good job. Gentleness. How many syllables does gentleness have? 3 syllables. Good job. And our verse is, a gentle answer, repeat after me, a gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. Proverbs 15:1. Good job. All right, let's say it all together. Are you ready? A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. Proverbs 15:1. Good job, friends. Keep working on it and maybe you can have it memorized. I've seen a couple of videos already of you guys memorizing your verses, so great job, great job. All right, that's all for today, friends. I'll see you later.